I don't necessarily want to do this, but hey, y'all, before we start, question of the day. Did you run track? And if so, what event? Let's go into the video. Hey, y'all, what's up? My name's Everything Track. I really want to say this about Sha'carri Richardson. So, what I don't know is how Sha'carri Richardson lives her everyday day-to life, all right? I don't know how Sha'carri Richardson lives. I don't know where she lives. I don't know how she lives. I don't know who she prays to. I don't know who she worships. I don't know her, her past life. All I know is Sha'carri Richardson from 2020 and how she runs and just a glimpse of what she says. But today she just made a video on Instagram, which is, I'm very glad she did this. She just made a video today on Instagram Live. So not really make a video, but she was on live. And she was talking about the struggles and setbacks that came in her life throughout her years and how she's grown now and she doesn't really make any excuses anymore. She's trying not to make excuses. She's trying not to send energy back. She's not trying to match energy, but just get over it. And I'm finna get into something actually, and this might be controversial, but it is what it is. Well, I'm gonna talk about this first. Sha'carri Richardson, if you're watching this video, I'm glad you said the stuff that you said. I'm really glad that you actually had some clarification in what you said in your statements that you made, because a lot of people have been dissing you. A lot of people on my channel diss you. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. A lot of people don't like you. It's not because of track, because there's obviously people slower than you. You're literally the 7th fastest woman in the world, so obviously it has nothing to do with you, right? But you did say a statement claiming that you haven't been running your best, which we can all agree you haven't been running your best. You run in the 10s and you run in the 11s. You run in the 10s and you run in the 11s. You run in the 10s and you run in the 11s. It's not really consistent. Like, you look at Shelley and Fraser Price, 1069, 1062, 1064, 1067, 1062, 1061, 1060. It's all consistent, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're a loser or a winner, consistency looks better than inconsistency, because consistency shows that, all right, if you're a consistent loser, that helps your, let me not say loser, but we're gonna say loser. If you're a consistent loser and you have a good coach, that coach should see why you're losing. That coach should be able to observe and collect data on what you're messing up on and how can we fix that. If you're a consistent winner, you yourself and your coach should be able to tell why you're being a consistent winner. What are you doing that the competition isn't doing? Sha'carri Richardson basically just broke that down and analyzed it apparently throughout this year and reported that information back to us in her Instagram Live. Okay. Now, I'm not the biggest guy to be like, obviously I need work too. I'm a loser. I'm a loser because I just started doing 100 meters, this year. I'm a loser. I went from my first time ever running 100 meters this year, like ever in my life. I went from a 12:33 to a 12:07 with barely any practice. But I knew that I was a loser because I didn't set myself beforehand, which is different now because this time I'm practicing now and I have all the way to April to when last year, well, technically this year, I was practicing in February, barely practicing like one time or two times every 2 weeks. So April, which 2 months of barely practicing, of course I was going to be trash, But I got better. When I did practice, I put my heart into it, And Sha'carri Richardson was basically just talking about how she feels that she's 22, right? So she knows how it feels. And you know what? The people that keep saying, oh, 22 doesn't mean anything. I did this at 22. She literally said, and what I'm going to say, what everybody else should be, anybody with a brain, everybody's not the same. Everybody doesn't grow up the same. Everybody doesn't grow up in the same neighborhood. Everybody doesn't grow up learning how to deal with stuff the same. I can tell you right now, I don't think the way I did when I was 22. I just turned 25 last month. And I don't even think the same way I did when I was 22. I know what you're saying. Oh, that ain't but a 3-year gap. You know how much money I made more in 3 years? You know how much school I have now in 3 years? my work ethics in 3 years, the stuff I've seen in 3 years, and, I looked, I looked the same. I got bigger, obviously. Been working out and stuff. I got bigger, but relatively, I look the same. But besides me looking the same as I did when I was 22, 23, back in 2020, I don't know. Like in 2020, turned 23, COVID year. It wasn't really a good year. Now 2022, 25 now. Just turned 25 last month, and I don't think the same. So Sha'carri Richardson, you're gonna be like me. I'm telling you, like the stuff that you're saying now, that you need to grow up and all that stuff, you're going to change again. You're going to be my age, 24, 25, and be like, be looking at that and be like, man, I don't even know why I did that in the beginning. I don't know why I even talk to people. I don't know why I even respond to haters. I don't even know why I even, care. Because at a certain point, caring about negativity brings in depression at a certain point. And hopefully she realizes that, Sha'carri Richardson. I hope you realize that, because depression is not nothing. That's not something you want to deal with. But I just find it real crazy that she has a point, because there are a lot of haters that hate her for who she is. And I just want to respond to that. But I did want to add something on real quick, and this isn't necessarily on her, but just on her attitude. Again, this is not on her. It's just on people I notice with attitudes. And y'all can take it how y'all want to. I don't get mad. But I have to give her sympathy, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't think she grew up in a how can I say this? A two-parent household, mom and dad in her life. I could be wrong. But if she didn't, then that would explain her attitude. Because, I'm gonna say, I don't care. I'm grown. I know what I'm talking about. People act different depending on how they grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that grow up in single parent households, they act different than like people like me and my friends that grew up in two-parent households. That's not saying the dad's not in the house. It's just that they don't live together. And because of that, it's really hard to explain, because I didn't grow up in a single parent household. But growing up, I can tell who grew up in a single parent household versus who didn't. That's not for everybody, but as a collective, you can tell which kids grew up in a two-parent household and how they act most of the time compared to a single parent household. And Sha'carri Richardson gives that, like, I don't think anybody, like me, for example, I would not do what Sha'carri Richardson does. But what Sha'carri Richardson does, I see it all the time. This isn't nothing new that she does. It's just that a lot of people that I know that run track, that are famous, grew up in two-parent households. And I don't think she did. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think. And it wouldn't be. And people that live out of the country, like Jamaica, for the Jamaicans and all the people that live in the continent of Africa, y'all gotta realize the American way of, American society and culture is different. Y'all just don't realize that. So Sha'carri Richardson is part of this American culture where, attitude and, always gotta say something back. I didn't grow up like that, obviously, but I don't know how to fix that. I feel like that's something that was supposed to have been fixed growing up, But so in my opinion, it could be too late for her to change. Like, she can always change, but in my opinion, it won't be a drastic change, I don't believe. Now, if it is, hey, kudos to her. But I'm gonna still support her the way it goes. She's 22. She has time to learn. You're never too old or never too young to stop learning or keep learning. That's, So that being said, that's all I got for y'all. If you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe. And you didn't like what you heard, text me in the comments and let me know what you didn't like and what you disagree on. I definitely want to hear y'all's opinion on what she made and what she said. So Again, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notification bell so that way you don't miss out whenever content is released. And I will see y'all soon. All right, peace.